Howdy, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting technical difficulty filled stream. My game just crashed as I was getting ready to go live. Not even Sunday. Well, let me get this. Yeah, I know it crashed. Crash detected. Stop crashing. We're going to give ATS a Swifty. Well, while that's doing that, let me welcome everyone who's here. Alexis Thompson is here early today. Welcome, Alexis. Same with Semper Bufo, Vigner Hoxton, Phantom 6767, Bedrock. He is lurking while doing some other things, as is Thor. Even though he didn't shout out himself, I know he's in the background. Lobo 1G is here. Phantom, oh, I already said hi to Phantom. Hi, Phantom. Look at Johnny Hansen getting wild again today. Thank you, Johnny. Poztech TV, Ken Beard, Rick Rashid. Yo, Grandpa Boom Boom. Colin Percival is here, hopefully enjoying a fresh cup of coffee in his new BTT mug. I got my carafe today. Nicholas is here, and obviously Johnny Hansen is here. Vigner's watching while driving. That's cool. We are close to moving up a spot again. All right, Johnny. Let's see. JC Drives is here. Keith Cersei. There's Thor. I knew he'd make it an appearance. Actually, I just talked to him in the Discord a minute ago. Said he was bailing grass. I did most of my bailing last night, which is why I'm kind of struggling a little bit today. I was up way too late, enjoying myself. The joy of bailing. Did we do it? No, we're still in 11th place. We went from 11th, or I'm sorry, we moved up from 12th place to 11th place yesterday. I'd like to think that the 2,300 mile run that I did helped. I know it did. As did Ratherby's almost 7,000 miles yesterday. I don't know how much of that was ATS though. But a lot of folks drove, put in a lot of miles. Vigner did one run, 34:47. Wow, Vigner, that's serious. Although, I think that was ATS. Anyway, a lot of people are putting in a lot of miles, so that's cool. Ryan is here. I'm so happy I gave up on Farm Set. Well, okay, you gotta do what you gotta do. Future Endeavored is here. I can't live without Farm Sim. Oh, but I gotta keep trucking. Gotta keep driving. So, speaking of driving, got so far 6 million liters of silage in the house. That's right. We measure our farming success by how many liters of silage we've accumulated. We're crazy, I know it. Okay, yesterday, partly because of the farm sim little thing, Bedrock dropped a challenge on TruckerKing that if he finished the month with 50,000 miles, he would donate a $20 Steam gift card to be given out as a drawing. Again, just like last month where the community had to reach a certain point, like 10th place or something. And then everybody who had done their minimum miles got into the drawing, plus an additional drawing or entry for every additional 5,000 miles. Well, we're going to do the same thing. If TruckerKing reaches 50,000 miles by the end of the month, which is 10 days from now, then Bedrock will donate a $20 Steam gift card, and the drawings will be set up the same way. If you individually meet your driving minimums in ATS, which is 10,000 miles, you get an entry. And for each 5,000 miles above that, you get an additional entry. So if you do 20,000 miles, you get 3 entries. Well, yes, we are crazy and we love it. Yeah, Pilot. TK got on the farm last night after he got done working on this mod and got it to me. He didn't stay very long. He was wiped out. So he didn't farm much. He didn't drive. He may still be sleeping for all I know. I don't know. But here's the thing. I talked to Picard last night, and he has kicked in an additional 2 $20 Steam gift cards for this drawing. So now we have 3 to give away as part of a drawing in the manner I just outlined. So no, Bedrock, it's 3 for 20,000. Do the math. 1 entry for 10,000, a second entry for 15,000, a third entry for 20,000. I made the same mistake last month. I couldn't do the math either. What is this? Hey, Pugwash is here. Huh. Looking at something. Anyway, so I'm currently ahead of TruckerKing. I'm kind of pacing him. We had this little challenge between ourselves to get the most miles this month. Well, we've been leapfrogging each other. Well, yesterday I passed him. He passed me, and then I passed him. And I got about 2,000 miles on him, and I'm fixing to get some more. So, yeah, Bedrock, that's what we did last month. It's the same plan that we did last month. So that was TK's original challenge that he hosted. And that's what I was asking you about earlier is, you want to do it the same way? Anyway, so Picard has kicked in 2 more, and we've got 3 prizes to give away. So grab those miles. Of course, hey, Adam, welcome. Yes, it's only for ATS. You can do 10,000 miles. By the way, we are really close. We are really close to 10th place. Let's see if that hasn't changed much. Well, I mean, we still got 10 days to go. So there's going to be a lot of jockeying for position between now and the end of the month between us and the other companies. But right now we're a little over 3,000 miles behind 10th place, but that's going to change. Well, great, Rick. Now you can hop over to ATS and do 10,000 miles. Or not. I mean, we still need kilometers in Euro Truck. We don't want to lose the folks driving Euro Truck are doing great. We went from just barely in the top 200 to now we're in the top 120 companies. We're currently sitting at 118. That's pretty good. So I don't want to take away from Euro Truck. I'd like to even contribute some kilometers myself, but right now, I've got to drive between 2,300 and 2,400 miles a day to reach 50,000 miles. And the contest is not based on me reaching that point. The contest is based on TruckerKing reaching that point, and I'm keeping pace with him. East Coast shippers. Thor's Scania, which he bought new when he joined the VTC, now has 601,000 kilometers on it in 13 months. That's a lot of driving. Oh, let's see. Ryan says, I wish I could drive ATS and ETS, but I was looking at MSI Codex, our gaming desktop. Ooh, Vigner's on a 2,354 mile long run. That's nice. Yeah, Ryan, they're not cheap. Brian was asking me about my computer earlier this morning. My computer, the one I'm using right now, is almost 5 years old, but it's had some upgrades. Not the processor, but RAM and the graphics card. But even so, it's still, even before the upgrades, it was completely adequate to run ATS and ETS with just about maxed out graphics. So when I bought it new, it was just behind the bleeding edge of technology, and it was about $2,400 then, 5 years ago. So you don't have to get top of the line if you want to drive ATS. You could spend half that and get a really good computer. As Taz says, MSI is good stuff. So yeah, I've been very happy. As a matter of fact, I got the recommendation from the geek at the store, and it wasn't a Best Buy geek; it was a different tech company. And I said I wanted to get a good computer because I needed something where I could do video editing, Photoshop, and gaming. You know, Microsoft Flight Simulator. I wasn't thinking about ATS at the time. I hadn't even discovered ATS at that point. But I knew I liked gaming, so I wanted one that could do both the hard things associated with video editing, Photoshop, and I needed those things for both my channel and my website business. And then I also wanted to do top-notch gaming. I wanted to do flight sims. I haven't yet much, but I wanted to. All right, what am I missing out here? Pilot Bro, I just remember that ATS, ETS have changed the recommended PC specs, so please refer to those before making a purchase. Good point. Ryan, make sure you go and look at the specs for ATS and ETS because they have been upgraded. Because they're going to make they're going to, in the next version, 1.50, they're upping the graphics. So you want to make sure if you're going to buy a new computer, you want to make sure that you get a computer that meets at least the recommended or at least the minimum, but I recommend going with their recommended because it's only going to get more graphical intense moving forward. You want your computer to handle what's happening today and tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know when it's coming out, but like Taz said, there's going to be an update to the core 3D rendering engine soon. All right, let's do some shout outs. I updated the shout outs list this morning, but I did not update the credits roll at the end. I'll get that later. Knee-High Sniper, our top ETS driver for August. Dusty, a.k.a. Dirty Dog, 3436, our top ATS driver for January last year. Isabella Hagloff, Pilot Bro 39, he's here helping out. Nicholas says, I'm just starting a 2,318-mile run with a 55,500-pound load. So I'm hoping for some high hardcore points. Awesome. Really, Vigner? 18 new trucks between the two games? Awesome. That'd be great. Rob Strucker, a.k.a. Lurch. Hopefully he's lurking in the background. If you don't know, Lurch hurt himself and he's been kind of laid up the last couple of weeks. He's back to at least doing farming, but I don't think he's doing it with a steering wheel. Let's see. Bedrock, our top ATS driver for February of last year, is lurking while farming. I can't wait to see what piece of land he bought. Bill Welburn, Nicholas Triple XN is here. TruckerKing 2010, where are you? He'll make an appearance. Susan Arthur, our top ETS2 driver for May. Maybe he's driving. I don't know. I didn't even think to look. Let me have a peek. He would at least make a showing. Just to say, hey, nope, he's not driving. He was pretty tired last night. He went to bed before me. XLT 588 Gaming, Silent Dilemma. I would like him to be here to talk about this mod that I'm going to show. Norwegian Trucker Nicholas, Big Al 2424, top ATS driver for December. Ryan, that is a good graphics card, but I would defer to Pilot Bro or Tasmified for the final word. Speaking of Tasmified, he's next, and he's here. Picard Gaming, hope he shows up. 5 more businesses in Texas before heading up to Oklahoma. All right. Lobo 1G, our top ETS2 driver for July, is here, I think. Pugwash, Purdy the Parrot, Big Dave KF, Asgard Drenth, aka Wem, our top ATS driver for September and November, and our top ETS2 driver for October. We're just going to have to consolidate his stuff and call him top driver or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Well, I'm switching between your stream and driving my new ATS Scania new mod I've been trying out. I saw the picture you posted. That's interesting. Ah! You better not buy Field 3. Okay, let's get on with it. Can't wait to get to Kansas City from Brownsville, Texas. That's a good run. Okay, let's see. What do I have here? Pilot, I just saw your message about the connector mod. Bummer. Okay. Gotta have some coffee. I want to show you this. This is another, I mean, I never even thought about this, but TruckerKing is just working on stuff in the background. Willie is here. My driver, which does not look like me. He is wearing a BTT themed shirt and hat. It's hard to see here. We'll have to get in close with the camera view. And I got to move the sun. There it is. Let me change the view just a little bit. So, a blue shirt with the BTT Trucknado shield logo and a BTT hat, just like this one. Except I don't have a white brim. Adam, it depends. Company drivers typically cannot, unless it's just a very short out of route, because they can get penalized for driving extra miles by their company, because the company eats all the expenses associated with the truck driving, fuel, wear and tear on the truck and trailer, etc. But if you're an owner operator, it's your truck, your trailer, you run the show, you can do what you want. But, you know, as a business owner, you got to watch expenses. I occasionally took a short detour. Sometimes if I was kind of close to go to passing by home and I had time on my load. Let's say, for instance, I was going from Southern California to, here, let me get out of this. I'll show you on the map what I mean. If I was going from Southern California and I was going somewhere, well, if I was going up on I-15 into Utah or Idaho or something, yeah, I'd swing by the house. I'd stop in Vegas. If I had time on the load, I could stop, have lunch with my roommate, spend the night at the house before heading on up the road the next day. The same thing was true if I was headed east on Interstate 40 if I was headed to like Albuquerque or Texas or Oklahoma or somewhere back east. I did, and on at least one occasion, I did swing, instead of following I-40 from Barstow, I did swing up I-15, stopped at the house for the night, and then headed back down to I-40 via Kingman, and then continued on my way. That's not very far out of route, and that's a choice I could make because I leased a truck, I paid for the fuel and the wear and tear on the vehicle. I had the time on the load to be able to do that. So, yes, but it depends. Company drivers might not be able to, but might. Let's see. That's the surprise. Is that not a surprise enough for you, Rashid? Are you not entertained? I'm shutting down my game just because of that. And there's what Nicholas just said is another possibility. I mean, I don't know how far out of route you can possibly go. I don't know. All right, so let's take a look at this. Since Rashid wants a surprise, or wasn't surprised enough. Yeah, what Taz said. I mean, my 2060 that I got 5 years ago still ran the game just fine. And I think it would still run the game after the upgrade in version 150. All right, Rashid, here's your surprise. There you go. Male and female. Adam, that is a mod by TK. As is this. It's the same mod. So she's wearing a blue shirt with the BTT Trucknado logo and some other flannel looking shirt over the top of it. And she's got a hairband instead of a hat. I don't know why, but she does. All right, there's no pleasing Rashid. I'm not even going to try anymore. So there it is. Now I'm going to go back and put my guy in because, you know, I'm a guy. Just wanted to show that off, though. This is coming to what I think. I don't know if he's going to wrap this into an existing mod or what he's going to do. That's why I was hoping he'd be here to share all that information. Well, I'll do some more shout outs while we're doing this. Cody Old, I just know he's next. JJ Man 1982, Nick, Thor Rasmussen, our top ETS2 driver for January and April last year. Ipswich, David H74, Matthew Roth, RD04 Dave, our top ATS driver for March. Insane Sim Dude and Troken. We'll get to some more after a bit. One thing I wanted to do was talk about where we are. I already said where we were in rankings, but what about our top drivers? Casey Fort is just rocking the miles. He's got over 86,000 miles. That's incredible. It's not the most anyone's ever done in a month, but it's not the end of the month yet. It's only 2/3 of the way through. Ratherby Truck Sims in second place with almost 58,000 miles. So both of them have exceeded that 50,000 mile threshold that TruckerKing is being challenged to do. And consequently, I'm feeling a little challenged to do it as well. In Euro Truck, none other than Dr. Jones is in the lead with well over 115,000 kilometers, followed by a distant second place, Wim, with almost 36,000 kilometers. Wim, I think, is doing both games. Let me go back. Let's see where Wim is. Yep, Wim is got 12,300 miles in ATS. So now, again, I wish that TruckerKing was here to tell us when this graphics mod is going to be available, and if it will be embedded in an existing one. So we'll get the word later, maybe tonight. Maybe he'll be available tonight. Rashid, I don't know where Ducky is. He's been doing Diablo 4, I guess. All right, what do we got on our clock? We got plenty of time on our clock. Did I tell you where we were? We're in Tacoma, Washington. Because I just did a long load here. Taz has been a flatbedder for 11 months. Well, he's 1 month away from his 12-month pin. So many people, yeah. So I tell you what I've been wanting to do, and I got this idea yesterday while I was driving. I was hanging out in one of the voice chats, and Casey was there. We were talking about Montana. He was in Montana, and he reminded me, because of what he was saying, it reminded me that I hadn't been to Montana in a while. I hadn't been back to Montana in a while, and Montana's just beautiful. So I thought I should take a load to Montana. So let's see if we've got any loads going from the Seattle-Tacoma area going to east to Montana. You know, another place I'd like to go to is right here in Lewiston, because I haven't been there in this profile yet. And I have some roads to discover along the way. But I don't know. We'll see what's available. Butte. Got a load of waste paper going to Butte. Oh, here's some lumber going to Butte. I would rather take lumber. I'm so tired of waste paper loads. Ooh, a metal coil. Also to Butte. That's a little different. Now here's some scrap cars going to Bozeman. Take the roll. Oh, it is heavy. Thanks, Taz, for pointing that out. Let me just see what else is left. Bozeman. Actually, there's a few to Bozeman. I'm with Taz on this one. Let's take the heavy load. How heavy is it? 59,000 pounds. Oh my. And we got mountain driving to do. Picking up at Metal West. Can I do it? I should be able to do it. I've got 570 horsepower with a 13-speed manual transmission. JC Drives has been a reefer hauler for 12 months. I got that pin. Here's to the next 12. All right. Let us continue with this load. Going to struggle up the hills with this one. That's going to take me back to my time as a reefer hauler. Every load was heavy, like 45,000 pounds. Yeah, it's going to be tough. The fuel economy is going to be tough on this one. You know what? Let me turn up since I'm running this quiet engine, let me check my audio. Yeah, it is. Let's bring these up to 50. Because it's pretty, actually I should probably bring them up to 60. Now, if you were in yesterday's live stream, you may remember I had a lot of issues with my setup. This one's fine. Should be fine, except for the audio. Let's see how this sounds. It's not a loud engine. It is definitely more noisy now, though. But even the Jake brake is quiet. Now I can hear a train off to the left somewhere, but I have yet to see it. That car engines aren't known for being loud, is my understanding. Well, it's just like the engine that I had in my truck, which was a PACCAR, I think. MX-13, 455 horsepower. And it was fairly quiet. Oh. You're right, Taz. I do have a distinct rumble and rattle. Adam, 20 tons, it doesn't really matter if it's a flatbed or a dry van. It's 20 tons is, it depends on what you mean by a good load. Good weight. It's about 40,000 pounds. For me, when I was driving, that's the point at which it started to become heavy. When it got close to 40,000 pounds. Most of the reefer loads that I hauled were in excess of 40,000 pounds. You know, between 42 and 45,000. And you can feel it when you're pulling that. Seems like I got a window open. All right, where is this? Where are we parking for this load? Oh, look at there, a pull through. Yeehaw. Kind of going a little fast there. Justin Burns, Douglas Williams. Look at all that heavy weight. 57,330 pounds. Ooh-wee. Lee Jenkins, JC Drives, Bruce A, Stobbs, Thomas Berger, Tazzy 291, Johnny Hansen. All right, we'll get to some more in a little bit. Let me hop in the cab real quick. I wanted to check that. So my last trip was 2,360 miles. I have 10,412 miles on the odometer for this truck. I'm going to reset the trip meter and the fuel economy. There we go. So we'll track our fuel economy for this load. So far it's pulling fine, no problem. Maybe the nose is pointed downhill. I don't think so, but. $29 tons is actually would be over gross for my current setup. Well, no, not with my current setup, but these extra axles, I can haul more weight on the trailer. But the weight would have to be kind of, the center of gravity for this weight would have to be back a little bit than what it shows, because more of the weight needs to be carried by the additional axles on the trailer. Yeah, our gross, well, if we've got 2 axles for the trailer, our gross would be 40 tons. But with this configuration, with an additional standard axle, basically 1.5 axles, you could carry an additional, let's see, 17.5 and half of that, 50 tons with this configuration. Total gross weight. All right, where are we going? We're going to Montana. Oh, I should probably start in 1st or 2nd gear instead of 4th. And I say 2nd only because I was already rolling. The purpose of 1st gear is to get the truck rolling so you can move into 2nd gear, and so on and so on. Sometimes you got to go all the way down to low. If you're on a slope. Incline. Oh. Hey, Willie. Thanks for scaring the bejesus out of me with that coffee. Thank you for the coffee. I like coffee. Oh. Yep. Brakes are a little bit mushier with this much weight. $45 metric tons? I was going standard, which would be less, actually. I think a metric ton is 2,250 or something, and pounds, and a standard ton is 2,000 pounds. A long ton, I think, is 2,500 pounds. Actually, I think we can stay in this lane because we're going to be... Oh, maybe not. Well, we'll stay in it for now. Yep, we got to get over it. In case anybody was wondering, that is the Tacoma Dome. JJ Man is here. Welcome, JJ. Oh, we gotta go in. Well, let's see how much we weigh. £95,700. My vehicle's not in pristine shape. Well, I got a lot of tire wear. Ooh. Ah. Thank you, someone. And I do like coffee. Thank you. Ah. Thanks, Thor, for the like. Whoop. JJ, we're hauling metal coils. I'll show you in a moment. They're heavy, super heavy. We are headed for Butte, Montana, out of Tacoma, Washington. That's what we're hauling. And we are doing hardcore mode today. Let's see, what's our fuel cut? Yeah, we're at 4.2 miles per gallon at the moment. It's going to get worse when we start to climb up the hill to Snoqualmie Pass. Then it'll be okay for a while, and then we'll have to climb up to the Continental Divide at the Idaho-Montana state line. Well, here we go. I wish this road continued north. This is the 405 bypass. It links back up with I-5 around just south of Everett. Maybe when they revamp this area. Or what do they call it? Rework? I was doing a delivery in this this area one time at a I think it was a Home Depot in real life, and I was sitting in the dock getting unloaded. Well, I was my truck was in the dock getting unloaded. I was sitting in the cab, and I was looking out, and you know, there was a parking lot for the store in front of me, and I happened to see an eagle being harassed by ravens in midair. I know a lot of times I've seen ravens that were being harassed by smaller birds, probably because the ravens were getting too close to the nest or whatever the other birds were, and they were just buzzing the raven. Well, this time I saw ravens doing that to an eagle. Only time I've ever seen that. I was just amazed. Yeah, we're struggling to get up this hill. We're down to less than 40 miles an hour. That's about the point we turn on our hazard flashers to let people know we're moving slow. And this looks to be the summit. Mike B is here. Welcome. Let's see, at the Home Depot, there are flatbed trucks for local deliveries with lumber and other materials for big projects. That's correct. That's for local deliveries. They typically have a forklift that's mounted on the back of that. That's just local stuff. For, as you say, for projects and such. I don't know what I was bringing there, but you know, I had dry van, so I had a load of something going there. Takes a little bit. Shut up. Oh, we burned off some fuel. We're down. We burned off over 100 pounds of fuel. We scaled the first time. It was 699 pounds, 95,699 pounds. This time it was 69,587 pounds. What supplies would a hardware store need from a big shipment? Everything you see inside. Everything you see inside the store was delivered by truck. I don't know what I was hauling that particular day, but I've hauled a lot of, made deliveries to a lot of retail outlets like that. What we got going on up here? Ooh. Really? It could have been anything. Could have been sporting goods. Could have been hardware. I don't know. But I've hauled it all. Yeah, JJ, I've got the GPS in the dash. I don't actually need it for this run. I know how to get all the way to the shipper without a GPS. What I will need a GPS for is when I need to start looking for a place to stop. Well, I'll have to look at the map. Oh, going a little slow for 8 high. Yeah, this is an easy run without, you don't need a GPS for this. Plus I know where the shipper is. So this would be an example of if you've been to a place, you know, a handful of times, you probably don't need the GPS to figure out how to get there again. Depending on how good you are with, you know, navigating. So we're currently running 4.7 miles per gallon. We are getting a little better. So we're just cruising at 60 miles an hour because this is Washington State and the truck speed limit is 60. And what I have found while I've been doing this hardcore mode with this truck, I've been doing 62, 63 miles an hour and getting pretty good fuel economy. Whoa, that curve almost threw me. It's a good thing there wasn't a somebody in the left lane, because I would have pushed him into the guardrail. I gotta watch out for that. Columbia River. And in case you're wondering, yes, it looks just like this. Yeah, we better slow down for this one. I'll have to share the pictures, but there's a pull off out here, over here to the left, going the other direction. I actually pulled off into that one day, took a bunch of pictures. I regret never going into this rest area for this scenic view. I should have, but I was always in a hurry. Gotta get there. Gotta get this delivered. Even if I wasn't running late. I was just always get there-itis. All right, let's see how much climbing up this hill hurt our fuel economy. Just a moment. And I think we might stop in Ritzville. Let's see, 4 hours. Oh, we can go to Spokane probably, or maybe even Coeur d'Alene. JJ, that's the digital mirrors. That's new on trucks in the US. And this is the first one in the game that has it. So how did this hurt our fuel economy? We're at 5 miles per gallon. Wow. That's pretty good. We don't need fuel, so we could go to any rest area sometime in the next 100 miles or so. Watch out, Ashley. Hey there, Dragon. Welcome to the stream. Adam, yes. Because you want to plan your route accordingly so you can stay on truck routes and have minimal, to the extent possible, minimal interaction with the rest of the drivers. You want to go straight there if you can. Because you need to know where you can't go. That's especially important on the East Coast, where everything's a little more tightly compacted, and like LA too. The LA area, San Francisco area. A lot of places trucks can't go. And you need to know what they are. As I've shared before, I learned the hard way a couple of times, once in New Jersey and once in New York. Not New York City, but just north of New York City. Yeah, Dragon, I wouldn't be surprised. Just like I can do Washington State pretty much without a GPS. Well, I didn't make it over to that lane. Constantly got to be on the lookout for traffic. A truck driver has to be a good defensive driver. I wonder if we can make it to Coeur d'Alene. Yeah, you could, most people should be able to do their local regional areas without a GPS. It's at least as far as traveling from city to city. Within the city might be a different story. But we do tend to rely on our either a GPS, an actual GPS, or the mapping function on our mobile phones, which is like a GPS. Functions the same way. So this is Spokane. Oh. Thank you for scaring the bejesus out of me. I am intently focused on what I'm doing. Thinking about, am I missing any chat? And I'm watching these cars, watching for them to slow down unexpectedly or do something else silly. I'm going to slow down myself just a little. Oop. Wow, JJ, that's crazy. That's becoming too reliant on technology. How much time do we have? 2 hours. There is a. Oh, we just passed the truck stop for Spokane. So I guess we'll be going to the one on the far side of Coeur d'Alene. I can't imagine using my GPS to go to places I know about. Welcome to Idaho. Or not my GPS, but my phone. No point to it. I only use it if I'm going somewhere I've never been before. Or if I want to get traffic information for where I'm going. If I'm going across town, I want to have a look at my phone to see, is there a big traffic mess on the route that I normally take? And then once I sort out which way I'm going, I just put it down. I don't have to look at it again. Unless it's someplace I've not been to before. And I just have to know approximately where in town this place is. But that's also because I used to do Uber and Lyft, and I got very familiar with all of the roads around the Las Vegas Valley. At least the major roads. So that I knew all the names. That's been years now, so I don't remember them all, but it would come back to me. So I believe we're, yep, exiting up here. I think this is where it is. Oh yeah. Oh, you stop that yawning. Oh, I don't have to stop? Cool. At least not there. Adam, I don't know if you have Easy Pass. You know, even before I was a truck driver, I could still navigate my way around the country. At least on the major interstates, because they're laid out in such a logical manner. So you could go from Seattle to Boston and never leave Interstate 90 until you get to Boston. Oh, there's a repair shop here. Let me see if I can get any issues fixed. As long as I'm here. See what kind of issues we got. No damage, no damage. I just have some wear on the oh. Well, now this is new. I've reached 30% wear on my tires, and it now wants to replace them. That's the recommended service. Interesting. So I ought to be pretty close to that on my tires too. Or truck tires. Let's get them all done. I got a nice deductible. 2%. New tires. The insurance will cover it. Awesome. So now I got 0% on the trailer and 1% on the truck, which is this right here. Cool. Trucky is still telling me I have 1% damage. But that's because I've got some damage to the frame of some type. All right. Yeah, Nicholas, you're right. We really tend to rely on the GPS because although I can get around from major city to major city on the interstates because I know it by heart, it is the local areas that I don't know so well. Even though I do know, like I said, the place that we're delivering to, I know exactly where it is. I don't need that anymore. I am just going around to the back side of the building. Oh! Oh, that's a Swifty. Where's my Swifty counter? Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. I was swinging wide to the right so my trailer wouldn't drag on the left side. And in the process, I managed to bang it up. Well, that's not cool. Well, I'm gonna guess that that's not something I can just buff out at the shop up here. You know, I've been doing pretty good on Swifties for over a week now. That may have been the first one in a week. Not the first incident, but the first one I'm responsible for. You hit an immovable object with your truck or trailer, that's a Swifty. We'll just shut her down right here. And we'll do some shout outs. Thanks for all the coffees, guys. I'll just have another drink. And what do we got here? Can trucks tell you what needs service? Typically, no. Except from, you know, a visual inspection. There are some indicators in the dash. I don't really see any here. You can see I got that one light at the top, the red one. That means the brakes are brakes on. There are a few things. The ubiquitous engine light, but what does that really mean? You don't know. You got to take it to a shop. They're going to plug in their little dongle to the plug-in on your vehicle, either your car or your truck, same thing. And then they're going to read the information into a laptop computer or some other diagnostic tool. Then they can tell, hey, another coffee from someone. Thank you, someone. They take another drink. Okay. Bogdan BD. Oh, I didn't. Oh, nice to Nicholas. It's their fault for having the fuel island laid out the way they did, even though it was awful wide. I always find it interesting that a lot of truckers and former truckers can name off all these truck stops and where they are by heart. Yeah. I mean, I'm not personally familiar with this one, except in the game. But most of the major ones, like I had mentioned, the one in Ritzville, in Washington, that's a Loves. I've been there a few times. The one in Spokane, I've been there. I mean, it's not the only one in Spokane, but I've been to that one a number of times. Oh, you be quiet. Fine, we'll rest. Doom 3. But when you go to places repetitively, like you walk around your house, you know where your bathroom is, you know where your kitchen is. Well, it's like that for truckers. You know where all these truck stops are just through repetition. Jennifer Roth, Rick Rashid, is he still here? Chris T, Robert Alexander, Andrew Black, Phantom 6767, Ryan, John the Bricklayer, The Driving Gamer, Lee01 Mister, David Singh, Gordy Pitzel, Vigner Hoxton. I get fired up. You see all those indicator lights when they come on? Let me move the steering wheel out of the way. You turn on the ignition, all them lights come on, but those are all various indicators. Some of them are warning. Some of them are just informational. Ah. The red ones are warnings. The yellows are warnings. Some of them are just informational. And you can see the outline if you look closely. Like put on your seatbelt, engine problems, engine brake. Oh, that's down below. Anyway, so the truck will tell you some things. I want to be able to see the trip meter and the fuel economy for this trip. We're running at 5.3 miles per gallon currently. Let's see. John the Bricklayer is lurking. In the New Jersey area, I know where the rest stops are and the truck stops are. Yeah, one of them is in Mahwah, New Jersey 17 South, Highway 17 South. I'm sure I've been there. That actually rings a bell. I don't even know where Mahwah is off the top of my head, but that does ring a bell. Let me take a look here. Now I'm curious. M-A-H-W-A-H, New Jersey. Where in the state is it? Oh yeah, it's right on the, is it on the New York state line? Or just south? On 287. The Interstate 287, which is also New Jersey Highway 17. I don't remember exactly where it is, but I have probably been there. Oh, okay. 17 splits off of 287. I see that now. Oh, King's Mahwah truck stop. No, I don't think I have been there. Let me look at the satellite view. No, it does not. I'm looking at the actual layout. I probably have been there. But I'm not positive now. But I've been through there on Interstate 287. Yeah, your truck can tell you time-wise, and if it is tracking the miles, it'll know. But I always kept track of it separately, you know, for oil changes and tire service. CJ Johns 31, Oblivion, Keith Cersei. I didn't do tires based on mileage. I did tires based on wear. I checked the tire pressure regularly, not necessarily every day, but 2-3 times a week, or any time that I suspected there was an issue. I thumped my tires pretty much daily. And if you get an ear for what they sound like, and when you hear one, I mean, they just tick, 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 and then you get a thud. That's a problem. James Brandt, Tari 263, Wolf Gaming, Taurus F Ice Bear, our top ATS driver for June, and our top ETS2 driver for August. Vince Morris, David C, Clive Hughes, Road Trip Nerd, PosTech TV, Dr. Jones, our top ATS driver for July, and fixing to be our top ETS2 driver for this month. Stiggy Stigs 122, Lord Dragon, Noah Long. Yeah. Go fix yourself. referring to Nicholas's comment. Dustin Simbro, Future Endeavor, Arnar Hoxson, Matthew Bright, Elliot Hollisey, Jose Lima, Colin Percival, Greg O'Ray, Pancake Man, Michael Ketchum, Jesse 2670, Andrew Moore, Exotic Gaming, Bob B, watching YouTube, Randy Disher, Redbeard 429, Michael Vidberg, British Gamer Graham, Texas Boy KC09, Clearbreak X. There's a lot of names on here, but we need to get rolling. I can call out some more in a little bit. I kind of just pulled out in front of that guy. I kind of don't care. He turned anyway. Oop. Like, I don't need my GPS to tell me where to go from here. Because I know where I'm going. The on-ramp. Back onto the freeway. All right, let's climb up to the Continental Divide. JJ, are you referring to, well, I don't drive a truck anymore. Are you referring to my personal vehicle? If so, I drive, what do I drive? It's a Chevy. It's silver. Oh my God, I've drawn a blank. I don't drive much anymore. I drove yesterday. Equinox. Chevy Equinox. It's about 10 years old, but I have less than 100,000 miles on it because, you know, I was driving a truck for a lot of that time. I put somewhere close to 1 million miles on my trucks collectively. No kidding. How about that? Also silver. Silver seems to be popular with the Equinox for some reason. I see a lot of them. When I worked at Penske truck leasing, we had a Chevy Equinox. It wasn't silver, it was white. And that was the vehicle we got around in. for work. Kind of funny. $2018, okay. Yeah, I bought mine used. It was a enterprise rental car before that. Got a pretty good deal on it, I thought. By the way, welcome to Montana. Beautiful mountains, beautiful scenery, and a scale coming up. And I think it's in the left lane. Yep. Got a bypass. Good, because I was going to have trouble getting over. You know, Adam, that one in Ridgefield, that rings a bell too. Is that up on the, right where New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania meet? Or is that Mahwah? If that's Mahwah, I've definitely been there, but I don't think that's the one I'm thinking of. Okay. Yeah, that one up there where the Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey meet. I've been there a few times. That's an interesting location. You drive over, you're in New York, you're driving right on the New Jersey state line, right next to it. You could throw a rock from the freeway and hit New Jersey out of New York, and then you cross into Pennsylvania over that river. I don't know what river that is, though. I don't recall. The Delaware. Okay, whoops. Thank you, Dave. I was thinking it might be the Delaware, but I wasn't sure. Live Views is here. Well, that bridge doesn't go anywhere. No, not close to the New York City area, definitely not. But New York State. I'm trying to think. The interstate that goes through there is Interstate 87 or 84. I think it's 87. It goes through Connecticut too. But I remember on that interstate in New York, you drive through Fishkill, which I always thought was a weird name for a town. But I know there's a story behind it, but I don't remember what the story is. Something to do with fish dying. Okay. I believe that goes through White Plains, New York. And then somewhere west of that, there's I don't remember the town, but there's a TA travel center. Oh, I guess I can pick up my speed a bit. I was still driving, had the cruise control set for Washington. Now we can do like 62. What I'm trying to do is keep the tachometer in the green band up there above the 62. That red marker, that's the tachometer. And the green band is the power band. Well, I mean, it's the prime area. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Somebody will know the answer to that, probably Taz. No pressure, Taz. Okay, Dragon. We'll see you out on the highway. Well, I'm pretty sure, Nicholas, we're not sharing the same car, considering we're nowhere near each other. 4 more payments, huh? Yeah, I remember when I paid mine off. Always a good feeling. It's been a couple of years now. And we have hell here in Norway, and it's snow there every year. So hell freezes over. That's funny. No, Bedrock, you can keep those payments. I'm sure they're pretty high. I've always loved this drive in real life, except in the winter. Then it was dicey. Three more years. Matthew Walter, welcome. We're doing fine over here in Montana. We are getting close to delivery. We are less than 40 miles out. We are going to take I-15 south. I believe this is our exit. Yep. I just noticed that hill up on, or those houses up on the hill. Kind of a neat place. Oh, I got one thing wrong. I thought we turned left at the stop sign we're coming up to, but we turned right. So I got that wrong. Other than that, yeah, I thought it was over that way. Instead, it's over that way somewhere. Sounds pretty close. It has been a while since I've been here. Although I could have just looked at that sign we just passed, and it would have told me to go this way. I like trains. Well, I was trying to avoid the scale altogether, but I guess I'm going over this one. Well, let's have a look and see where we're parking. I guess I don't really need that. Oops. Too many times. That's a lot of extra noise that's going on there. Let's have a look at that load one more time. Yes, big metal coils. 658 miles. Let's see what we get for it. Oh, I forgot to check what's the fuel economy on the dashboard. $5.4 miles per gallon. That's not bad for a heavy load like that. But my speeds, I mean, I didn't really go over 63. And a lot of that was at 60. I'm just going to pull up here a little bit, and then I'm going to go in and look at the what the hardcore mode says and how many actual miles I got credit for. I think one or two of you already know the answer to that question. A cool looking truck, isn't it? Let's see. Wee Bedrock, that's a lot. Green, I assume you mean band, is where the engine is at its peak torque efficiency for maintaining speed under load. Thank you. I knew it was something like that. Let's see. There is a pilot travel center off of I-95, Milford, Connecticut. Is it a pilot or is it TA? Oh, yeah, okay. And in Newburgh, I-87, 84 Junction, pilot in Mahwah, yep. One in Richfield, New Jersey, and one is at the Raritan River. And I don't think that's a branded one. I think it's a local truck stop at Mahwah. Or, yeah. You know what? I'm going to go look at that again. Yeah, that's not really the place I was thinking of, but the other one, Milford. Yeah, that's the one at the, what do you call it? Pilot Travel Center. Yep, Milford. Okay, back to the matter at hand. We got cruising and maintaining speed can be done at lower RPM and will increase fuel economy when on flat ground and small hills, correct, and light loads. But, you know, you need a little bit more RPM to pull the heavier ones. How do you direct the steers on a trailer? They are self-directed. They will just go in the direction you're trying to turn. So you don't do anything other than adjust the trailer like you normally would without steers. But the steers will turn as you're turning, and it'll actually make the turn sharper. Matthew Walter, Jared, Carlos DeJackal, Fire Rat, Modern Outdoors. I wanted to look at that load and see what did I get as far as stars and stuff. I got 4.5. Yes, that is good. And no negatives, even though I had a little bit of damage. The only negative is for fuel economy. That's consistent. Negative 16.4. My mass was a 9.1. That's what kept my stars in the 4 range, is the heavy load. That's why Taz suggested it. 4.6. That's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Big Dog Gaming, Strong Sassy Sadie, G-Man, Nola Pla, Gaming Cakes, Red Car Curtis Gaming, Wyacorn Kumsop, Whitby Gaming, Timothy Johnson, got a lot of names on here. Jay's Wheelie, Crustal Foozle, Mr. Jacob Morales, Captain Ticklefinger, Matt Van S, FTG Mike B, Rolling Stone 51, Zero, Semper Bufo, The Gigliottis, Grim Reaper, Tyler Thompson, Bosnia H, Potabelli, Indiana Hoosier, Sean Delaney, Vosht 33W, BOJT, Tilmo, Torhida Russo, E, Miguel 2Hip 36, Sherm, Young Master Middle Earth Tiaspala. What's that about? Taj, Zdravko Todorov, Izuku Midoriya. I'm sure I got that wrong. Hagor 1, Isaiah Johnson, Jay Zurin, Karika 79, bruh. That's what it says. Like I said, I did not update the credits roll with all of the new stuff. There were 16 new people, or not 16 new, but some people fell off and got re-added that were part of the 16. All right, Adam, we'll see you all next time. Did we get some likes here? Yes, we did. We got likes. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I hope you, for those of you who are in the BTT VTC, I hope you're looking forward to the release of this new mod. I do think that, not positive, but he may include this in an existing mod. But he gave it to me as a standalone so I could show it to you. And just in case some of you who are here now did not see it, let me change the light here because the light is kind of atrocious. Still not so great. But anyway, you can see the driver of my truck has a blue shirt with the BTT Trucknado logo and shield and a BTT hat, very similar to this one. So this is coming soon. To a BTT mod near you. People who are in the VTC will have access to this once it's released. That's what you got to do, is be in this. All right, TruckerKing has been challenged to drive 50,000 miles this month. I don't know if he's driving now. Let's see where we are now that I've run this in. I've got almost 3,000 miles today. Not my today, but today for TrucksBook time, which rolls over in just over an hour. We are still in 11th place. We have not progressed yet, but we're close. We're not as close as we were, actually. And now it's over 4,000 miles. Yep, the folks in 10th place are trying to stay ahead of us. Still asleep, huh? Not surprised. Good thing he's not working today, because he needs some rest after the last couple of days. He did a run from Alaska to Corpus, well, Texas. And he did it all in one, I want to say sitting, but he didn't sit the whole time. He had to get up and stretch. It was over 5 hours to make that trip. Yeah, that's a long way. Anywho, that's going to do it for now. I hope you all will be able to make it for the next live stream in just over 4 hours from now. Be doing some more driving in ATS. We'll see you then. Thanks for the coffees. There were no super chats or the other stuff, but I like coffee. We'll see y'all later.